Greetings, 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 good people. Welcome to a New Year's Eve edition of Cat's Corner. I got the aunties in the building. Aunties in the building. Some of the aunties are not as happy to be in the building as others. Come closer, Evelyn. So I want to introduce everybody that's going to be hanging out with us tonight. And then I'll explain why we're doing this, because, you know, I work with Spirit, and Spirit was like, got to do this, I'm going to do this. So before we get into it, let me introduce the antics that will be by these aunties. Okay, I'm Mr. Cat Okaday, for those who don't know. You can follow me on IG. Here's my information. Of course, I got little extra things I got to do. Next up, we got Elise Perry in the back. What up? She's got with her penguin onesie on, holding it down. And then right behind me, we got Auntie Amina.
Absolutely, Amina tonight. Follow me on all social media platforms, baby.
Yeah, so I am really excited about this whole thing. Especially because the bestie, I ain't forgot the bestie. I got to lead in. Because the bestie, y'all know the bestie, you know, she doesn't like the people as much. But we got Auntie Evelyn in the building. Evie B. Pew, pew, pew. So we're gonna act a whole fool, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. You are welcome. Please do not choke in the midst of this. So if you're watching on Facebook and or YouTube, you can just post questions. So we're gonna just hang out until the countdown. So first thing we're gonna do,
56 minutes
and counting, is I'm gonna do a check-in. Well, shout out to Ed. Ed is we got uncles in the building as well, but you know, we might drag him in here at some point because he's looking at us like, what the hell did I walk into? Anyway, so we are in DC. It's too late for you, Ed. Run away.
There's food, Ed.
There is food. We got a whole thing. You would think we were weed smokers, the snacks that these sisters have put together. It's lots of snacks. Anyway, the whole point of this is to just celebrate life, to kind of sit with the sisters, talk about what 2022 has done to you or for you, you know, good, bad, and different. And then sort of share what you're looking forward to moving into. Are y'all paying? What are y'all doing back there?
I have to put stop on this because it's too much.
Okay, so this slumber party, these girls are really out of control. So, you know, we're gonna.
It's aunties going wild.
Auntie antics are in full display. So this was this. This is meant to be a fun way.
It's not really been consummation of alcohol.
I've actually been up since about 4 o'clock this morning. And I have this new tea blend that I put together for some other folks, and I drank it all day. And so I'm like really hyped right now.
Do you have trouble sleeping or staying awake? Or anything? If your pee is bubbling, you drink some more.
Okay, so just so that we're clear, normally there is an inverse relationship between age and shenanigans. We, however, have decided that we are going to be directly proportional. So the older we get, the more the shenanigans. So there's going to be shenanigans all night, and there's going to be some seriousness. So feel free to post questions, join in on the antics, and we're going to start with, how is everybody feeling? Auntie Evelyn, we shall start with you. The people want to know, how are you feeling, Auntie Evelyn?
I'm here.
And we're thankful.
I'm here.
Okay. That's all we got? That's all? Okay. All right. Auntie Elise?
I'm grateful as well. I mean, you know, 2022 has been a trip. Lots of adjustments. So now we just put all of that crap into play for 2023. We're winning and living.
I love it.
Yeah.
Auntie Amina, how about you?
Listen, we made it.
Pew, pew, pew.
You know, that's a big deal. Shit has been rough.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is a well-due, you know, celebration of work done, and looking forward to what's next.
Shout out to Kelly Ann and Nia Posey. Oh my God, two of my faves. We miss you. We really do. I owe you a call. My bad. Okay, for Nia Posey, it has been rough. And since I'm in her business, I can attest to that. But we Butcher Knives. We on the rough side of the mountain. I don't know how the song go because I ain't Christian.
Coming up, hey. The rough side of the mountain. Hey, all right.
Okay, so there will be these kinds of interludes. Oh my Lord. In my mind, this is exactly the kind of antics I was hoping for. Oh, you are still cute, Posey. I mean, cute is never not the problem.
Ever.
You will never not be cute.
Come on.
You will never look like your journey. So, that's on facts. Yeah, I don't sing, I just clap. All right. So takeaways are a big thing. I turned 50 this year, so my birthday was December 20th. I am not. Hey, Jovette. Oh my God, I love it. I love it when the crew comes through. I don't know what I'm supposed to feel, but I haven't felt it yet. And as I'm constantly reminded, I don't really act my age anyway, so I don't know when I'll feel it. But one of the things I am absolutely thankful for is that I'm still here, that we still get to beat up, do these things. And it was really important. I had a vision for what I wanted New Year's Eve to look like. And there were some ins and outs, but I was like, I'm gonna pull the trigger. I got room on the card. So I just went with it, did my thing, and I'm really happy. Hey, Leah. Oh my God, Leah's here. So I am feeling really thankful. I'm walking in a space of gratitude. I am actually quite giddy. I texted these folks at 9:00 in the morning. Now, one of them texted me back to well after 2. I was like, hey guys, are you excited? I'm excited. And it was like crickets. I called Elise at about 9:45. She answered. Thank you for answering. So the big takeaways for me are, I did an opera. I directed an opera, which was a big deal because it's not a space that I thought I would ever be in. So I was like, I'm the shit. So I'm kind of walking with that. I also got a chance I've been serving on 2 arts boards, which has been really exciting because I'm not usually good with systems, and I'm learning how to be part of, the systems. And then I think the third big thing was I did a pre-birthday gathering, thanks to the bestie. She organized it because I wasn't feeling like a birthday. And that was I think that's why I'm giddy, y'all. Like when I tell you these people poured into me, I'm a well-hydrated plant right now. So those are the big 3 for me. Who wants to share their big 3?
No.
Yeah, 3. Okay, listen, I will take what you can give me, my sister. So if you can give me 1, I will take it. I'll take it.
I got 3.
Okay.
I was gonna ask you if we can curse, but I curse.
Yeah, go ahead and curse.
Okay. Stop letting these motherfuckers sleep on you.
Oh. Message.
That was 1. But stop sleeping on yourself.
Hey, double message.
And that was my takeaway. I mean, it's cyclic for me, but it took on new meaning this year. So that was 1.
Okay. I was just looking at the comments.
Sorry. She's out here ninja.
I'm trying to make sure I'm on track with everything.
And another takeaway, I chose myself in a big way this year, in a way that I never have. And that was huge. So I'm really proud of me.
Yay.
For that.
Do you mind telling us what you did? Or is it like, okay.
It's so many things.
Okay.
But I think my natural inclination has really been it's helping other folks to my own detriment, right? And suffering unnecessarily, but not even recognizing because it's been such a part of what it is that I do.
Right.
And not recognizing how much it was taking away from me. But more than taking away from me, it was really impeding my ability to do the work that I was designed to do. And so, and the work, my own personal work. So I'm really excited about all of that. And that was 2. I can't remember what the third one was, but listen,
it'll come back.
We about to turn up in 2023 though. Yep. It's gonna be lit.
Show is. Please put in the chat what your takeaways are. If you want to share with us what your big 1, 2, or 3, I'll take whatever you want to give. Elise?
Takeaways?
Takeaways.
Okay. Well, I came out of a big leadership position, and I learned a lot about myself in those 2 years. So it would be a 2-year takeaway. Open your mouth, say what you need to say, because someone needs to hear it. Even if you're afraid to say it, you're a leader, so you need to say it. You're speaking for someone, even if you think it's just from yourself. If something looks, feels, smells, looks wrong, then you have to say something. You have to be ready to address things, whether it hurts or not. Fear is a real bitch.
Yes, it is.
Isn't she now?
She a bitch.
Fuck that bitch.
I can't stand her.
Sorry.
And I want to live my whole life for the rest of my life. And fear, it looks a lot of different ways. It's not just like, oh, I'm scared of that. It's not always just that. It's letting go of things, being afraid of what people want to think or say if you do something or say something, even if you feel that it is right. All of that needs to go away, period. And so my takeaway is I want to live the rest of my whole life for the rest of my life every day.
Yes.
And if I can find a way to just never feel fear, be completely and absolutely courageous in everything, then I will have all the things that I need and want. That's my takeaway for me is I spoke when I needed to speak. I advocated when it was necessary and even when it wasn't. I brought people close in when I didn't know that I was bringing them close in, and it worked. So I've stepped in the right places. And so it's like honor your gut and be fearless in the pursuit of your life, living your life and being free. That's my freedom, is to just go ahead and be me to the best level. So I don't know if that's all you asked for.
No, that's fantastic. This is why we do the work. This is why, I try to be obedient when they were like, you must do this live. Hey, Asar. Oh, live from Newark. I love it. Oh, Evelyn. Take it away, Evelyn.
I'm tired.
Okay, that's a takeaway.
I'm tired. Past 3 years, I'm like, it's been a lot. I'm tired. I don't know. I think my takeaways are more sobering. Not to be a downer, but it's actually kind of interesting in a way, because I think for me, I tend to be, even though I don't show it, I'm someone who really is like optimistic on the inside, sees the best in people, even though the motherfuckers don't deserve it. And I'm like a hopeful creature, right? Like I know what this world could be if people would get themselves together. We could just get ourselves together. But now, takeaway number one is disillusionment is a gift.
Okay, please explain, Professor. Here we go. Here we damn go.
It's a gift.
Okay.
Because when you get over the angst of being disillusioned about life not doing what you thought you wanted it to do, because I think we get all these really fucked up messages about if you show up, you do the right thing by people, you be good, you be kind, whatever it is, all these, pseudo religious whatever messages around how you show up, life and things will just work out for you and it'll be great. And if we didn't live in a world run by greed and an epidemic of narcissism, that's how it should be, but it's not. And I think for me, I had to really come into an understanding of I need to see the world for what it is. Because if I can just accept the world for what it is, I can move in a way that is productive and prosperous to my spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And so I see the world for what it is rather than what I wish it was, what I want it to be, and what I know it could be. This is where we're at. You know, there's a reality about how things work and operate. It ain't changing anytime soon.
What is that? Velvet?
What's happening?
Derek Weston Brown has entered the building, ladies and gentlemen, with the cutest pajamas ever. It's adorable. At some point, we're gonna put the brothers on parade so you can all see them. What else? Okay, so one of the things I love about Evelyn is that Evelyn will be like, "Oh, I don't really have anything to say," and then we'll drop a truth bomb and then like walk away, like I've said my thing and and I'm done. I think disillusionment is a powerful thing because I do think we have been self-cared to death in terms of, oh, if you just manifest it, if you just believe it. Okay, all right. See?
There you go.
There you go.
Let's talk about this manifestation shit.
Okay.
Oh, come on. Yes.
All right. This whole notion that you can be, do, have anything that you want, as if you came into this world as a tabula rasa, as a blank slate. I think one of the takeaways that I'm walking with is how there is so much distortion being taught as truth, and discernment is your friend. And you have to take the time to do the work to discern what messages you're living by. And you have to get clear about, are you operating from your belief or from your knowing, which is two completely different things.
Hope y'all taking notes.
And
listen, I'm glad we're recording this, child, because
Amina, I think I turned 40 a few years ago, so I think I'm just in a different place and space. And then being single and not having kids and all this other type of stuff, you start thinking about the trajectory of your life. I'm also in a space where I'm pseudo caregiving for, an elderly, aging, not well parent who is not the greatest. And having to really think about, I think the third takeaway would be, what do I need to have set in my life, or what do I need to get together so that I can live well in my older years? Mm-hmm. Because I don't know what life has set out for me. And based on what's going on in these streets, I just learned there's a show called Love After Lockup. Is it that bad? But I don't know. I think I'm definitely in this space of delving more in the material and the reality, because it is about getting my foundation really solid and stable of, let me get a very clear picture of the world I'm actually operating in. Because I think when you are empathic and an empath and all the different spiritual things or whatever, and you have to deal with the reality of how do you go from surviving to thriving in this world and not upholding the bullshit to do it, right? What does that look like? What does that walk look like? So my years, like the past 3 years, ever since I came back to this country, it's been I think the pandemic, we're not clear or 100% fully knowing of everything that the pandemic stripped from us as a society. Mm. It's not just the individual taking, but what the pandemic has robbed us of as a society. And for me, this is actually where you can do the work of change and transformation. If you kind of look at, radical acceptance. That's a great way to sum it up. Just kind of radically accepting what is, what ain't, what's not going to be, and then how do you shift and pivot and change courses from there.
That was very beautifully articulated. I swear to God, the antics are insane.
That's why I stay in the house.
Like, how you gonna get up, leave to go all the way over there, and then that's what you do?
That's
You
why
want
I
me to
have
do it
bonnet
right
time
there?
and bedtime.
I mean,
That's 2 separate times.
okay.
Bonnet time and bedtime.
Bonnet.
Okay. All right. So it's not time for bonnets. If anyone has anything to add, I love hey Adama. I'm so excited to see Adama's here. Shout out to Adama Grace. And happy belated birthday to Maria Luz Castro. Yeah, I messed up. My bad. And so I'm publicly acknowledging that I did not do a good job on the remembering, but I decided I was going to make a public note. Thank you for being a friend. Are we going to sing the song or no? Okay. Well, okay.
We were getting ready.
Right. Okay. We're not going to do that. Okay. So if you all don't have anything to share about your 2022, we're going to get the rhythm. I would like to ask a question. What is 2023 asking of you? What are we thinking about?
It's go bigger.
Okay.
That's spirit.
Go. And what does that mean for you? Go bigger. I mean, you just can't be throwing out words and you just got to follow up. What you think?
Like,
What do you think?
here's an example.
Mm-hmm.
Is to stop acting like I don't know.
Okay.
And to stand confidently, but not even just confident, because I know what I know, but not shrinking and not and not shying away from doing what it is that I know I'm supposed to do. And I think that and stepping up before called too. Like sometimes I play like, well, why would people be asking me? The reason why I stopped for a second is because it immediately transported me to your birthday when Evelyn said, Amina, are you going to do the libation? I was like, what? Me?
You did it.
But it is the thing that when you recognize that either people, I've been so used to moving back so that and placing other people forward because I've either put them in position to be, I don't know what I've made them bigger.
Right.
Supported or even idolized and it's like, oh, they do this so well. Mm-hmm. But in a sense, there's also a stepping back that I've done. So going bigger is really stepping in. It's leaning hard. It's like diving.
Okay.
I've been playing the background a little bit too long.
Okay. So. Nina definitely agrees. Not shrinking, settling. Definitely go bigger. Adama says poop and get off the pot. I love it.
Yeah.
And
empty that vessel.
And always.
Okay. So I'm gonna put the uncles. I'm gonna invite the uncles to come around the corner. Yeah, come around the corner, because I ain't get y'all dressed in pajamas for nothing.
Come on, man. Did he pimp? Hey.
Derek Weston Brown, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! And the good Eddie Smith.
Hey.
Come around the bend. So what is 2023 asking of you all? What are you all thinking? And pretend like you're talking on a long distance call from like 1985 so they can hear you.
I'll say 2023 is asking for all of my imagination.
All of your imagination. Okay.
So yes, using my imagination in the ways that I've kind of been afraid to, with just really saying, all right, these are the things that are in there. Let's put it out there. Let's actually make it happen. Let's do the magic or the work or whatever to kind of make it happen. I'm talking about that manifest stuff. I don't want to use that word, but I'll just say,
You've had some good runs though. Like give me a big takeaway from this year.
People like really asking me to do things. It's not usually me having to ask or what's the word? Like submit stuff or audition. They're like, hey, Derek. And it's like, oh, shoot. It's the actualization and the acknowledgement that I am getting to that elder status where I have a place in the community and people are asking things of me where I don't have to say, could I maybe, do you need me to, and actually get paid, what I'm worth for it. So that's the good stuff.
I love getting paid for what you're worth.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Eddie?
2023 is asking me to use my PTO time.
Yeah.
Hey.
Come on,
Because I know you
PTO.
have a lot of PTO.
I want some of that.
Yeah, no, it's way backed up. We worked really hard in 2023. We got back outside in a big way in the day job this year. Everybody knows what's been happening in the past 3 years, and I think this year was the first year where we really started getting back out in a big way. I'm A-list on Southwest.
Come on, A-list.
Lead on Bomb Boy. We tried. We did a lot of work this year. I couldn't take any time off.
Not A-list. I love it. You do need to use your PTO. You are one of the hardest working people I've ever met. You're always going somewhere. So I love that. What was like a big takeaway from this year?
Like I said, I think the biggest takeaway I have from this year is just that, we're slowly and surely getting back to some semblance of normal.
Are we though?
Yeah,
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, what you hear the conversations, it's sort of like, oh yeah, we're not going to accept this whole, we just can't open the store today because
Right.
It's a new
people is
normal.
scared. No, it's like, y'all got to go back.
But we don't
Time to be
want
back
to
outside.
normalize this dysfunction.
Yeah, we just back.
Okay.
Roll back.
Thank you, uncles. I appreciate you. I'll pull you back. But, it's like
I need some,
back in the studio,
Some of that chicken.
Yeah, we got lots of chicken. It's a lot of fun. Maria Luz said that radical acceptance piece, this time not about external stuff, but about the shadowest shadow parts of me. I suspect it's how I'll get really free. Amens. Worth is important. Absolutely. Absolutely. So please feel free to share what you think 2023 is asking of you if you want to. I have this quote at the bottom by Zerna Hurston because someone tweeted this quote. There are years that ask the questions and then there are years that answer. And their question on the tweet was, what has 2022 meant for you? Is it a year that asks questions or a year that answers? So it's something to think about. Feel free to put it in the chat. Yes, Elise, you're raising your hands. Go ahead.
Because she said questions, and what was in my head the whole time is, right now, all I have is questions.
Mm-hmm.
What would it look like? Because we know how we've been working for 2.5, 3 years.
Right.
And none of us have been at 100%.
Right. That's true.
I have given myself a raise for when I work. And thank you for all of the lessons I learned pandemic years. So the question is, what would it look like if we were at 100%? If I were to operate at 100% now that things are more open, I won't say the world is perfectly open, whatever it is more open and the opportunities are changing, however that looks.
Right.
And so with that in mind, what does it look like for me personally to participate at 100%? And I did pretty well at whatever percentage lower than 100. I did pretty well at that. So what does that look like, number one?
Mm-hmm.
And two, it's like you are not getting any younger. Time is continuing to move with and without you. So let's go now. Let's do it now. Get your ass together and live your life. It is really as simple as that for me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with all the 100 things that I need to do to make that happen, that's what needs to happen. So my takeaway, that wasn't the question. It wasn't a takeaway.
It's all good though.
But-
let her use you. Let her use you.
It's the same thing, really. It is the same thing. It's just like I've walked with a lot in the last 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like the choice to have a different moment is an active choice. So if I'm sitting here at 11:31 on the last day of 2022, I am choosing actively to have a completely different life. And what does that look like? That's a lot of stuff. It is emotional. It is spiritual. It's financial. It is physical. Everything that affects every sense that I have has to be adjusted.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of work, but it's a moment by moment thing. You don't take on too much, but it is an active thought process, an active process of whatever you choose to do, because people are ready to, they have made themselves available
Right.
to me over and over again. And I don't have all my life to keep these markers in my back pocket. It's time to play them and play them now. So 2023 is the beginning of that, if not, all of it. It is all of that.
You know what's interesting is this is why I asked y'all to do this, because I think initially people were like, oh God, Rissy got us got here doing this craziness again. And this is exactly why it was important to do this, because the amount of gems being dropped is just proof that, this is what it's all about. Javette said to stop taking on things that aren't meant for me. That's a big one. That is a huge one. Solving problems, doing work, filling gaps void, let the energy voids go. Yes. I know I have nobody asked me, hey, I can do this. Nobody asked me, and I'm out here offering up all my time that I don't have on top of. Yes. Please add to it. Please add.
No is so powerful. It's a powerful word.
It's a complete sentence.
It's a complete sentence. It is an act of kindness. It's an act of kindness. And there's some things that, we're not supposed to carry into the next year, the next moment. I say the next moment because sometimes you got to let it go. As soon as you turn your back on something, it's like it's gone forever.
Yeah.
And we really do have to let some things go. We've done them. We don't have to do them forever.
We do not.
And it's time to move on.
But here's the thing, though. And so this is where I struggle with our hyper productive mind candy rhetoric about all the things we know we
Did she say
do.
mind candy? Come on.
Right? Because so
let me throw that
I think the paradigm shift that Spirit has been asking of us is to not, we think we know, but we're doing what we believe rather than what we actually know. Because really the call, so when Maslow did the needs, right? It wasn't in a hierarchy at first. I forget who put it in the hierarchy, but Maslow came up with the needs and then it got put into a hierarchy, and you can look at it in different ways. But foundationally, this notion that, and this is something that I had to come to understand to ease some of my suffering in life, but this notion that I can action my way to self-actualization is what's been fucking me up for a long time.
Oh, get out of my head.
This notion that if I just work hard enough, I can be who my creator wanted me to be. And I don't know, I'm having a change of heart on some things in this part of my life. Because when I look at that hierarchy of needs, if your basic foundational stuff isn't, if you don't feel physiologically safe, it's very difficult to focus on being employable.
Right.
If you don't have your resourcing in order, it's very difficult for you to find belonging in community. If you don't have your belonging in community where you can show yourself and express yourself, that self-esteem stuff is not intact. And what I'm coming to realize is that when your foundation, your inner foundation, are intact, that self-actualization, I think it happens automatically. It's not a striving thing. It's not an action thing, right? And so then we get into all this rhetoric about, well, I got to do this and I got to do that, or I know this, or I believe this, or this is this, that, and the third. And then 6 months later, 12 months later, how many ever years later, we're still where we are because we're in that mainstream narrative agenda of got to push, pump to get what we're supposed to get. When I think really the call may be, who did your creator really design you to be? And what do you need to clear out so that you can do what your creator put you on this earth to do? Right?
Woo.
And then there's the material reality of you need money, right? And the reality of you need enough money to be comfortable enough to do what the hell you want to do and say what you want to say without fear of retribution or fear of your money not getting funny, because you're being true to who your creator designed you to be, which oftentimes is not going to be in alignment with the bullshit that we call this existence and this paradigm right now. So I think we need to start going deeper because the bullshit is coming. The shifts in the economy are here and they're coming. I trained as an economist, all these public administrator, all these things. So I am trained to see patterns in society. And I see them, all these leading indicators before they become our reality. And if you look at even the Southwest thing that happened over the weekend with the storm, that was a technology issue, not a weather issue. But we're having crazy weather. You're having people who took billions of dollars, didn't invest in what they knew they needed to invest in, and then created this chaos and confusion. And then you have a labor market of people who are just fucking tired. So if you notice, you go to the stores, you're not getting, service was already sketchy.
That's
But
true.
you're not getting no service at the same levels, to the point where the stores will close because they don't have enough people coming to work. So there are just some very deep astrological, spiritual things that are happening that I think we have to go beyond our mind rhetoric of what we tell ourselves to self-actualize and really get clear with whoever your creator of your understanding is about, you know, who am I and what did you really put me on this earth to do?
And may I add?
Feel free.
Please. Because I want to take it back to manifesting. Because when you first started talking about that, I was like, get out of my head and get out of my head. And that's it. But you just said something that brought it back together for me, which was, we all have a purpose. There is a thing that we've come to do, a work that we are divinely here for. And that so my offering in this moment, to add on to what Evelyn has said, is that also in the journey towards actualizing that and seeing it, manifesting it, but not by this toxic positivity bullshit that they're feeding you. Like you can just see it and you believe it, and no, because it's moving people out of the way of the work, and it's positioning people who don't do work as heroes to people who then don't do the work and continue to do this, and then try to figure out why we're not able to move towards what it is we're supposed to actually be doing. And so one of these things is like, you know, this, the movement of, don't get me started, the movement, the coaching stuff, and all of the wonderful people that you see and all the glitter and the gold. But the real shit is these people's lives are a mess. And they're coaching you and charging you thousands of dollars to get your life together, but theirs isn't. So this whole idea of really coming into you all, not you all, because I know y'all ain't doing this bullshit, but I'm just saying, tell your friends and tell your friends to tell their friends. Stop doing this shit, okay?
Because there's marketers, there's spiritual marketers, and then there are spiritual workers.
Come on!
And spiritual teachers.
Ooh.
There's a lot of spiritual marketers out here. There's a lot of marketers out here. Marketing at its core is about manipulating behavior.
Come on,
Marketing is a blend of sociology, psychology, and I believe economics. And it is about how do you encourage people to change their behaviors in a way that spends money to a predetermined outcome. That is what marketing is. There is game theory, game economics. There are people who study how to get you to behave in a way that separates you from your money, okay? And even if they raise the wages, what's happening? The prices are going up because we live in a labor-driven economy predicated by slavery, okay? That
Going deep tonight.
keeps people from having the resources they need to self-actualize. Your manifestation, whatever is supposed to happen in your life, it's already up there in form and you have to align to it. That's a core thing. The challenge is a lot of people are kept from their basic physiological safety, not because of anything other than what humans do to keep people from having their fair allotment of the resources that exist on this motherfucking planet.
Okay. And this is the one that was the most tired.
You know,
She out here.
but we all knew what it was going to be.
We knew it. I was like, she's resting her eyes because once she starts talking, everybody would be like, she's right. So I love it. I just want to go through some of the comments. Oh, and I did post the link. I thought it might be fun if you want to join in the conversation. Click on the StreamYard link, join us backstage, and I'll pull you in. You know, you can actually say what you want to say because we're gonna have fun. So Omi said something that let me go back. Okay, so when we're thinking about 2023, Omi said, not sure what the new year is asking yet. Haven't meditated on my theme, but I know I'm moving back towards the external. After spending some time healing, moving into a season of sharing my lessons. I love that because you're brilliant. More people need to learn from you. Candy said, change my perspective about the unknown. Stop being paralyzed and get excited. That is fantastic because, you know, not everybody made it. So you might as well enjoy, you know, while you're still breathing. Geronimo says 2023 is asking me to live more confidently as my spiritual self and not my egotistical self. Well done, sir. Well done. Jovette, we talked about no. It's truly a complete statement and a response. And then Nina, I thought this was really powerful. She said, just because you are a responsible person doesn't make everything your responsibility. And I think that, like, repeat, just because you are a responsible person, doesn't make everything your responsibility. As an eldest daughter, that's a word that I need to hear. Like that thing is singing. That's a powerful statement. Let's see, anything else? So Jovette said 2023 is about editing/deleting for alignment. That's, yep. And y'all in here knocking it out. Omi also said, and so much of it ain't as hard as folks are making it. The money/abundance is there. Foolish that folks are still hoarding it. That's true. Jovette's speaking about marketing organizations, selling spiritual and self-actualization. And what I find fascinating about the hooey world of, you know, spiritual and all this other stuff is that it's often the people who are not indigenous to the systems that are actually selling all this stuff. And I'm like, but you're not even part of this culture originally, but you've gone and learned it. And now you're charging me all this money for you to do what is not part of your indigenous thing. I'm going to bring in the good Geronimo. I love it. Hey. How are you? Wait, okay. Are you okay? I'm going to unmute your mic. Okay, there you go.
All right, I'm here. Hold on.
How are you?
I'm good. Let me turn on the light in this other room. Whoops. Wait. Okay, there we go.
So good to see you.
How are you? How's everybody?
We are well, Lord. We are managing.
Word. Yeah, I'm
So where
all
in
right.
the world are you, first of all?
Florida. I am now in Florida.
What part?
Tampa Bay area.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know how long I'm gonna be here, but this is where I am right now.
Yeah. Okay.
That is where I am right now.
I fuck with that.
Oh man.
Get out as soon as you can.
No, I mean, Florida is definitely Florida. I don't have a whole lot of experience with Florida, but from the short time I've been here, I'm like, yeah, it's living up to the stereotype.
Yeah, I grew up in Miami. I'm telling you, Florida be Floridering.
Yeah, it's an interesting place to say the least.
So, how are you keeping? What's been going on?
I don't even know. I'm just going. But I'm alive. I'm well. I haven't missed a meal, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what 2023 has for me.
What do you think? So, in terms of the Zora Neale Hurston quote, was 2022 a year of questions or a year of answers?
Both.
Okay.
Yes, both, okay. And I say that because prior to August, I had questions. Mm-hmm. And then once August came and once September came, that's when I started getting a lot of the answers.
Right.
But I attribute that to my initiation.
Yes. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. And yeah, that's when the answer's still coming. And I'm like, oh, okay. You know how you know deities be moving and our ancestors be moving, and it's been a crash course, but
Mhm.
I'm still landing on my feet.
Well, we're thankful. We are so thankful. I appreciate you coming into the chat. That's kind of cool. You know, other folks are welcome. It's like the virtual barbecue. You want to
Mhm.
jump on in? Is there anything else you wanted to add or say as far as what we've been talking about?
Um, no, I just wanted to jump in and say what up and
Oh, I love it. Are you with
um,
family?
yes, I am.
Cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, unless you have some questions or a question for me, I don't know. I'm just happy to be here.
I'm happy that you called in. This is kind of cool. Listen, y'all are giving me ideas, man. And y'all gonna be sick of me in 2023. You'll be like, is she up here again? I love that you did. So hang out for a little bit and
Okay.
let's see what other folks have to say. Hey Hadia, hey Teresa, hey Lisa. Okay, so she's like, I'm hitting the year running on my track. I love it. I love the idea of you having your track. That's a powerful statement in itself. Knowing what your track is and not being afraid to go as fast as you need to. Um, Anything that in terms of, I think there was a question about your initiation. Do you mind sharing a little bit about your initiation
Uh,
story?
so that was West African Vodun,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know. I mean, it was intense, but it wasn't like scary or frightening. I whenever I go to the global South in general, I just go with no expectations,
Right.
and so I'm flexible. I'm going with the flow of everything. Um, I actually enjoyed the whole experience,
Mm-hmm.
and during that time, especially during my time in isolation, it allowed me to experience things I never experienced before, like having visions
Mm.
and premonitions and things, having dreams that had very clear messages for
Okay.
me, especially at that time because there were some things that I was going through in terms of dating and whatnot, and so I was like, oh, okay, but I I think the most poignant thing that I observed was how the men who were very much involved in my initiation were, seeing. I've never seen spiritual men who were still so masculine in their expression.
What do you,
But
okay, explain that. What do you mean by that?
so in the U.S., um,
Patriarchy got y'all in a chokehold and y'all
and
ain't.
it's just like spirituality and masculinity, they don't go hand in hand pretty much
Hmm.
at all in this country. The way that I posted about this on my, pardon me, I'm drinking Haitian rum. I'm drinking Babacoos.
So we got about maybe a couple more seconds for you completely gone. How long you been drinking?
No. I'm good. I'm trying to get my thought because it came together so well when I talked about it on my Instagram. But basically, it was really dope to see a band of brothers, blood brothers, spiritual brothers, friends. All these brothers grew up together, and being very much involved not only in my initiation, but in that process, but also really being able to talk about not only talk about their tradition with each other and with me, but also I just had the thought. Damn it. Hold on. It's gonna come back to. Okay. So not being afraid to tap into what their heart and their spirit, how that's moving them, and not being so caught up in their heads. I find that men in the West, we're all caught up in our heads,
Mm-hmm.
because we want the hard theory. We want the 1+1 = 2.
Right.
And if we don't see 1+1 = 2, you tell like, oh, you got to have faith, you got to trust. It's like, what? How are we going to trust something that's unseen, that's unknown? Where's this uncertainty? Like, how are we going to be able to move through that? So to see them move in that way and just like, yeah, it's cool, it's all good, everything's gonna be fine. We're like, everything's gonna be fine. Like even talking with my teacher, he's like, yeah, it's okay. everything's gonna be all right. Don't even stress it. Don't worry. And it's like, what? You know, so
Yeah, I mean, like you and I, we had a moment, you know, where you called and you were like, things is going left, and then it all worked out. So I was really glad that you got to see that in like real time.
yes.
You recovered the whole way.
Yes, I was. And also I got to meet some of your cousins from across the other side of the border.
Yes.
They were coming through the temple, you know, getting their work done and everything, but you know, having conversations with them about their desire to come over to this country.
Right.
And I said, they're like, where y'all want to go? And they're like, we want to go to Georgia. I was like, oh, you want to go to Atlanta? Yeah. And then I'm like, okay. And they're like, yeah, we want to get with young guys. And they're like, yeah, we want to get Mercedes. And I'm like, oh, really? Like, what you want? You want a C, a G, a E, a S?
Wow.
We want a G. You're like, you want a G-Wagon?
Everybody wants a G-Wagon.
And I'm like, you know how much that is, right? They're like, oh, how much is it? I'm like, that's like the standard floor model is $100,000.
Yeah, or it's more up there.
And
in the fridge.
I don't know. There was something about them that was just like very. I don't know. I'm just like, I don't even know why they let y'all come into this temple, because y'all just seem like y'all got some shady business going on.
Listen, because you spiritual don't mean you can't be shady.
This is true. You know, but it was a good time. Time. I hope to get back over there quite soon. I think I actually will be. But you know, it was a great experience. I'm grateful to have been able to have that experience. And as I put in the YouTube chat, just really working to be more confident in my spiritual self,
right?
And get out of my ego.
Okay.
And like my ego isn't like, you know, yeah, I'm the shit. No, it's more like a controlling thing. Like I got to make sure things line up with the plan.
Right.
Yeah, it's got to line up with the plan. So my ego is a very Virgo.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's very Virgo sounding.
So that was initiation for me.
Well, thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate you. I'm gonna probably see who else wants to jump in. We're gonna do a countdown. They're looking at me like we got 5 minutes. So just stay tuned. You know, like don't leave, just stay in the chat or whatever. And this room is already look at the room is already taking you left. So, y'all going left. Already going left. So it's good to talk to you. I love you.
Love you too.
All right, bye. That they're giving me the hey, it's 5 minutes till. Evelyn, how we doing? I done lost two of the aunties have gone to go do other things. They're coming back. So my good sister, Io's mama, pumpkin number 10, says she loves this. Thank you for tuning in. 2023 will be a time to really make shit happen. Hello. I know 2022 was a year of burnt out, but 2023 will be the year we figure it out. I like that. How many people have felt that they have recovered from their burnout? And if not, what are you doing? I did have a question about that because I wanted to know how people were self-soothing in this time. I've been listening to a lot of audiobooks. I'm obsessed. So if you want to share in the chat, that would be great. Like, how are you working through your burnout? What are some of the key elements that have been helpful? Y'all, they getting ready, child, for the pop. They over here just excited. I don't know yet. Listen, my daddy may be watching. I have to behave myself. I know. Daddy may be watching. Let's see. Okay. Hey, Kim Varner. It's good to see you. I know. It's kind of exciting. Hey, thank you, Mark. Teresa's meditation. Okay, meditation's been helpful for the burnout. More people are coming in as we get closer to the 2023. I told these folks 10 o'clock. Look at this one. DJ Roddy Rod has entered the building. Come on, Flannel. Come show yourself. Come around this way. All right, yeah, we're putting you on the spot.
These guys that have on sweatpants and t-shirts.
Then you say pajamas. They're like, all we have is.
You know what they really sleep in?
About as pajama you get, all right? Flannel access, you know what I'm saying?
They got on sweatshirts and t-shirts, but they really sleep in
This is what
drawers.
pajamas look like.
Okay, we're getting.
right now. And this is what pajamas look like.
Is that what's going on?
Flannel game.
Right, flannel game.
You hear them bottles popping?
You see how turned up the aunties are getting? They were asleep earlier. They were not trying.
What's Kim Varner?
So Kim Varner said,
in the day.
okay, all right, y'all. So I was asking about burnout. We getting real excited. Kim says not recovered yet. I need to get back on my walking grind. Listen, if you want to do a walk, I would love a walking club. I need accountability. I am not good on my own. Candy also said not recovered yet, was burnt out prior to pandemic. Just getting to a place where at peace with my slow recovery. Take your time. Hey, Russell. Thank you. Happy New Year to you too. Burnout is real. Hey, Gerald. This is going to be fun. We're going to count down. Wait, are we? Okay, so we're going to count down together, I guess, at some point. What are we doing? What's happening? Can I?
3 minutes.
Okay.
57.
Okay, we got the technician on the thing. This has been so much fun. So we're going to hang out to do the countdown, and then we'll let you go about your business. I do appreciate the responses to the burnout, because I do think we need to be thinking about what that looks like. I think people thought because we opened back up that we were just back to normal. And it's very clear by the way people drive, people are still not well. Thank you.
Well, to begin with,
Okay.
we need somatic work.
Focus.
Somatic work.
The ginger beer, please. So yes,
Burnout cannot be done through the mind. It has to be.
sounds like the damn Stangles banner already over here. I could believe it, because they was already popping fireworks at 5:00 this afternoon. I'm like, it cannot be this serious.
3 minutes.
Okay, 3 minutes or 3 seconds? What are we doing?
Where
Where are we?
1 minute.
Okay, so we're 1 minute in.
Hotel room.
We're about to say goodbye to 2022,
That's at least.
Yes,
and hopefully,
We go. 1 minute.
okay, we got 1 minute. Any other thoughts? When's the birthday? The birthday rum is here, but my dad may be watching. Listen, y'all need to get out my business on this chat. I don't know if my father's watching, and yes, I'm 50 years old, and that man still puts the fear of Allah in me. So, you know, I gotta, what I do offline is my business. How many seconds?
40.
Okay. So,
35 seconds.
okay, so we got the director.
We got 30 seconds.
All right, so, okay, you guys need to come around. So this is fun. Maybe next year we'll do this even bigger. And we'll have, yes.
Ample of 20 seconds, bro. 20 seconds.
Okay, I completely forgot to do a Happy New Year banner. What? Okay. Okay.
14, 13, 12,
Okay.
11, 10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Hey! Oh, what? Out of control.
May all
Acquaintance be forgot, then we don't know the words. May. Why are we singing this white ass song?
I don't like
Is that a Black New Year's Eve song?
Snoop Dogg.
Okay, so it's officially Happy New Year on the East Coast, West Coast. You're gonna be 3 hours behind. Okay, all right. Happy next year. Boom. That's what it is, because we don't know if it's new yet. We don't know what's popping. You people have learned well. Thank you all for hanging out and tuning in. This was so much fun. I will probably do this again next year and pull all of these women in. Welcome to 2023. May it be as beautiful as you all are. Here's to using your PTO. Here's to connecting with folks in your newsletters.
Oh yeah.
Here's to making sure that you say yes to the right things and no to the right things. Any other thoughts? Come on, prayer warrior. Come on, give it to him real quick. Come on, prayer. Come on. Come on. Okay, well, here's to getting booty in 2023. Because she was going.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to getting booty.
GTD.
Okay, we're going to want to take us out. Come on, don't be surprised. Okay, this one can pray. Go on, pray. Go on, pray on the spots. Let's go. What? Give us a prayer now. People are waiting. They need a prayer. They need blessings.
Mother, Father, God, we thank you for 2022, and we ask that you give your divine blessing, strength, guidance, and grounding as we enter into this new year. We say thank you for the blessings that we've received and those yet to come. We ask your protection. We ask for abundant blessings and that the windfalls that we deserve, God, come to us in this season. We ask that you remove everything that is not for us, God. We ask that you continue to cover those, even those that we may not know need our protection, that we may reach them in this season, God. We thank you for all that we have, and we ask that we are able to continue to do the work that we are ordained to do in this season as well. Cheers to 2023.
And with that, we are in this piece. The 23 is about to be our year, y'all. Take care. I love you all. We'll see you soon. Bye. And we're not clear yet, so